you should have in a dividend portfolio probably around $1 million, because $1 million, if you do the math, here's $1 million, 3 times, let's say average of 5%, that's $50,000 you're making every year in dividends on $1 million. So this is what the goal is of the portfolio. I know that seems like a huge number. I know it seems like it's almost undoable.
Yeah.
But it's not. You have 20, 30, 40, whatever, I don't know how old you are, people, but to get up to that $1 million.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. I just want to show the Seeking Alpha. This is a good website to check out dividends, because you can go to this little tab and you can see the dividend yield.
Yeah, there you go.
Now the payout ratio is kind of high, by the way. Anything over 60% is not great for payout ratio.
And just the last time to explain what that payout ratio is, that's the percentage of their income that they're giving back out to shareholders.
Right. So 65% of their 100% of income is going back to shareholders as a dividend. That means they're not using a lot of money to actually grow their company anymore. And they've been growing this dividend for 35 years.
Yeah.
The point is, don't sell your shares, because look, AT&T is not going to 10x for you, but it's really a pretty stable company, and it's going to keep paying its dividends to its shareholders. It's like a bank account that you're never going to get in a current environment more than what? What does a current Wells Fargo pay you? Like 0.2%, 0.01%? I don't even know.
I'll be happy. If it's 2%,
it is so it's under, even the internet stock, even the internet banks are now under 2%.
Yeah.
So this is like saying, look, I want a safe amount of money coming in, and then I want to use that money that's coming in to just buy more of that thing that I'm buying the stock in. So you get free shares. That's the whole point. And then those shares will keep paying you that dividends for the next 20, 30 years.
With the compounding, as long as that's generating money, that's also buying more of the thing that's generating money, you will at some point have $1 million. So how do you do that in 30 years? Let's just say $30. Average dividend yield is what, 5%? Oh,
do 5.
AT&T 7.
Well, AT&T 7 if you want, but you can do 5 as an average. To be.
Let's do 5 as an average. Let's do 5 as an average. Average share price is $30. Expected annual dividend increase per year. They can stay. That can stay there.
I think it's like 2%.
Annual contribution. If you put $100 a month, that's $1,200 a year.
Well, you're not going to get to $1 million, honestly, with $1,200. I think you have to.
We're just trying to see.
Yeah.
I'm just saying $100 a month. How does this? This is about what you can expect. Expected annual share price appreciation. I'm going to say 1%. What is DRIP?
The other thing we don't discuss is that tax rate, if you put it into your IRA, right?
Yeah.
And you do dividends in your IRA, there is no taxing until you actually pull out the money. So you can totally get rid of that tax to zero until you're pulling out when you're retiring. Right. If you don't need the money now, and this is a retirement portfolio, you should do this, because the IRA, you can put in 6,000 max every year right now.
Right, 6,000 a year. So what we're looking at now is if you were to start today and buy AT&T, number of shares, what do you start with? If it was $1,000 divided by, let's say you started it with $1,000 divided by 30, you picked up 33 shares. So you're seeding this thing with 33 shares at a 5% yield, $30
you could put taxable account no if we're doing an IRA, if that's what we're talking about.
We'll say taxable account no. Okay, so now this is what you would have. Calculate dividends, 30 years. Okay, boom. Your portfolio, wow, look at this. In 30 years, your portfolio is worth $120,744.
And I am glad you did this. I am glad you did this, because it seems like $1,200 won't go far. That's what it seems like.
$1,200 a year is not going to go very far. But look, You're now $1,200 a year. You are a little over a tenth of the way there, or almost an eighth of the way there to getting the million. So if you see how it's gaining, you see how your portfolio balance is $2,000 that year, $335 that next year. 5,000. It's slowly starting to get away from you. It's slowly expanding. 13,000, 15,000. You can see the percentage just getting larger and larger. And I mean, 15 years from now, that $1,000 is now worth $30,000, and that's making you dividends. And this is what you're making every month. This is what you make.
Remember, you are putting in the $1,200 every year, but yes, you're going at a 5%.
Yeah.
You're going at a 5% annual dividend rate, right? That's what we put. And also, I'm assuming this is reinvesting the dividends. Is that reinvesting the dividend? Or no, I don't see where it says reinvest dividends. Oh, DRIP. Yes. It says DRIP.
DRIP,
Yes.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that means it's reinvesting the dividends.
Yes.
So this is the important key. Why don't you put DRIP no? Look what happens. So look at the chart.
If you get rid of and you take the profits, if you take the profits instead of doing that, your portfolio's worth $43,000.
Isn't that insane? If you don't put those
reinvest
dividends back in.
Yeah, you have lost.
That's 60% of the portfolio gone.
You've lost 60% of the portfolio. And that's, and that's with the dividend increasing. That's with the dividend going up. Look at that. It's $2,700 a year versus, here we go. You saw the curve? You saw the curve immediately jump?
Yep.
Boom. Versus 7.
Well,
if you did this your first year and you bought 200 shares, let's just say you bought 200 shares of AT&T to get started. Here you go. You're going to get 200 shares. And it's an average price of 30. Everything else stays the same, except you're putting this into your IRA account where you're going to contribute.
Some dividends increase 5, 7, 10%. Let's even be conservative at 2 or 3. So I don't know what you want to pick.
Right.
Yeah. So we didn't change that for the last one. It's even better than we even did it, you know?
Yeah. No, it'll be.
Dividends do increase in percentage wise, meaning that let's say AT&T was paying you $2.08. The next year they might be paying you $2.10.
What you're looking at now is $1 million.
$1 million. And literally it's $6,000 compounded over.
And look at your
retirement. 104 grand. Isn't that crazy?
So if you could get $6,000 today and leave it sitting in AT&T and continue to contribute $6,000 a year, that's a lot. I mean, contributing $500 a month to this, a lot.
Yeah, this is not for the 18-year-old, obviously, or the 25-year-old, but there are 30-year-olds who are making, you know, like we're freelancers, one job, you can possibly make $500 a day on a job as a freelancer.
You take one of your days. The point is it doesn't matter what you do. And it only matters that you want to do it as soon as possible because the earlier you get the money and the more it has a chance to grow. Right?
Maybe instead of paying that $500 per month payment on a car, why don't you not do that? Buy the beater.
Right.
Drive that until it's dead and invest in a dividend portfolio. And I'm not only saying AT&T, I'm saying any dividend portfolio with any dividend stocks.
What you're saying is you could be paying $500 a month that you're losing You're paying it to someone else, or you could take some of it, right? If you still have a car note, it's a cheaper car, and have that money actually growing every month. It's right.
I wish someone told me this because when I leased my Honda Accord when I was around 22, it was a nice car.
Yeah.
$350 a month, by the way. I still remember. And, you know, I was starting freelancing and doing all this. So it's still a lot of money. It wasn't a little bit of money.
I know.
But why? Why did I need that? I didn't need that car.
I know. Looking back now, I've spent so much money on leases. This is my last lease. But I've spent so much money on leases convincing myself that it's good because you get a new car every couple of years. Anything goes wrong, you turn it back. All of that stuff is true, but you are paying for that convenience. You are paying for that premium. And if you buy something like a Jeep Wrangler or even a Camry, one of those cars that goes forever, do it for a while. You'll be driving the Corvette and all the stuff when you're. Yeah,
but basically, if you started at 18 and ignored all of the noise with fancy cars and expensive dining or whatever 18-year-olds do. I don't know anymore.
Yeah.
And you put in whatever you can, $100 like you even did. Like it's crazy the compounding that happens over the time. It's crazy.